All right, so today we are buying materials for the property that I recently purchased. I'm actually walking you guys through. I want to take a step-by-step approach on this property and really walk you guys through what it takes to rehab a property, start to finish. I believe I've done this before in the past, but I'm going to do it in a more systematic approach on this particular video and several videos following. And then what I plan on doing is recapping everything, kind of like a before and after approach, so that you guys can get the full spectrum, the full picture of what it takes to go from purchasing a property at a discount, funding the property, and then ultimately profiting from the property, whether it be fix and flip. So that means that you're going to put the property on the market and then ultimately profit from it. You're going to sell it, or you're going to refinance the property and rent the property out based on the type of lending that you have on the property as well. So I'm going to walk you guys through the whole process. But in this video, what I want to do is get into the first 5 things that you really want to be mindful of, and also the agreements that you want to have in place with your contractor before they actually start getting the work done on the property that you're looking to rehab. So first and foremost, before you purchase a property, let's say you find a good deal. In this case, we're talking about an auction property, right? Let's say you buy a discounted property, and no matter where you get it from, it could be from a wholesaler or a realtor, it could be from your own marketing efforts, it could be from an auction, right? In this case, we're talking about an auction deal. If you're planning on buying a property from an auction, technically you can't walk through the property until after the fact. I'm gonna get back to that in just a minute. But what you do wanna do is, if it's not an auction property, you want to be able to get what's called a future value appraisal on a property. All that's doing is allowing you to know what the property can potentially sell for once it's fixed up, to let you know how much of a spread is in the property. Now, if it's an auction property, you can have your realtor run comparable sales, or if you're really good at running comps, you can get what you think the value of the property is going to be afterwards as well. Whenever I'm borrowing, let's say hard money, or I'm borrowing, I'm using my own cash, or I'm borrowing private money, I'm always trying to get a future value appraisal in order to be able to tell how much of a spread I truly will have. Now, that's not to say that the appraisal is always going to come back correct. I've had appraisals come in way lower than what I anticipated, and I've sold the property for way more. So at least it'll throw you in a ballpark on how much a property can potentially sell for. And if it comes in lower, that's actually better, because then you still got a surplus on the other end. So first things first, get a future value appraisal. You can't do that on auction deals, and you can't get into the property until after the fact on auction deals. But on all of the other deals, wholesale deals, fix and flips from the MLS, from a realtor, you can get into the property in advance, and you can be able to take care of this step. So that's step number 1, get a future value appraisal. Know what the house is worth before you actually get into it. Let's get into step number 2. All right, so the next thing you want to do once you actually purchase the property. So again, before you purchase, you're getting a future value appraisal and a contractor's estimate, if it's possible. On auction deals, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be possible for you to do that. But once you actually purchase the property, the first thing you want to do is get builder's risk insurance. The property is vacant 9 times out of 10. I don't buy properties with tenants in them. That's not my preference. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've never bought a property that had a tenant in them, because I don't want to pick up somebody else's headaches. If I'm gonna have a tenant in the property, it's somebody that I've had a chance to vet, and ultimately I have a good relationship with them. But in this case, if you're purchasing a property and you're looking to fix and flip or fix and rent the property, make sure you have builder's risk insurance. On the property that we're referring to, that I'm taking you through this journey on, I paid close to $1,700 to have this builder's risk insurance. Now that number is amplified because before the pandemic, that same amount would have been like $300, $400. Years ago, I used to pay $300 to $500 for the same type of insurance. But everything is way more expensive now. So $1,700 is about what it came out to, but I don't have to pay that all up front. I'm paying that on a monthly basis. So the first 2 months was like $300 each. I paid both of them up front. And now my next payment won't come out until the following month, okay, which is next month. All right, so get your builder's risk insurance as soon as you purchase the property. Like, you should have it by the time you actually close the deal so that you can present that builder's risk insurance to your private money lender, your hard money lender, the closing company. Everybody has it on file while you're actually closing the deal. So that's something that you take care of during the closing process. Builder's risk insurance. How you doing today, man?
Excellent, man. You?
Good, man.
Yeah.
You know, I came here probably a couple months ago. I bought some black shingles for the house I had up on Cone. And this is exactly why I was gonna come, so I'm glad you recommended it. What's the easiest color to go over to reglaze that siding, to go over it?
Whatever you want.
Like off-white maybe? Yeah?
White and black.
Yeah, that'll look nice. Yeah. So let's just go with black shingles then. We could do that, black shingles?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do these.
Okay. ¿De preferencia? Preferencia es mejor eso.
Yeah. We need 13 square and then two.
No, I got the three top. The black
Okay.
color.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Plenty.
you got plenty?
Yeah.
Perfect, man. So let's run the numbers and see how much it costs, and we'll take it from there. All right, man. Thanks.
Over here.
All right, so next step when it comes to getting your rehab started, you want to get 4 things signed by this contractor. Always make sure you have these things signed before you allow the contractor to do any work. Number 1 is going to be a contractor's agreement, okay? And that's going to spell out the terms between you and the contractor. Number 2, you want to have a scope of work done. And this is going to spell out everything that the contractor is expected to do on the project that he's working on for you. Number 3, you want to have an insurance liability waiver. And what this does is it protects you if somebody gets hurt on your job. They're waiving the liability on you and you won't get in trouble. They can't come back to you and say, hey, I got hurt on a job on your property. I'm going to take you to court. No, somebody's working on your job. They should have insurance. They should have their own insurance. So they're waiving their right to sue you if they get hurt on the job. And number 4, you want to have what's called a final and unconditional lien waiver on the property. So what that basically does is, let's say the contractor is completely done with the project and you give them the payment. Before you give them that last payment, make sure they sign what's called a final and unconditional lien waiver so that they can't go back and file a mechanics lien on your property and say that you didn't pay them, right? So before they actually get the last payment, you get that document signed, and now you're protected all the way around. So those 4 things when you're dealing with contractors: number 1, the contractor's agreement. Number 2, the scope of work. Make sure that they sign that. Number 3, the insurance liability waiver. And number 4, the final and unconditional lien waiver. Once you have all of these documents signed, your contractor can then go ahead and get the permits that they need in order to be able to do the work based on what level of rehab you're doing, and they can get the project started. This is called Brooklyn White. I already like it.
Yeah.
I already like it. I'm from Brooklyn. Rather than going to Lowe's, what you do is you find a local builder supply store. This place has everything, and if they don't have it, they can order it, which is fantastic. You can get a better price than if you go to Lowe's at Home Depot. So that's what you want to do. So how many square feet do we need in that kitchen?
I need a measure.
You need a measure, okay.
That one got it for $1 per foot.
This one right here?
Yeah.
$1?
Yeah.
That's for a shower, good.
And this is $2.50.
Good. Yeah, but it's okay. No problem. Help for the price, no?
Okay. We got everything we need in here, man.
All right, it's good.
Now I'm using my business credit card to pay for the materials. So that way I don't have to come out of my pocket with the money right now. Then when I take a draw on the property, I'll pay the credit card right off. So I'm building my business credit and I'm paying it right off once I request a draw on the property. That's how you do it. We got to fix that door too, man. So just let me know how much you'll charge me to fix that door. Okay. And there's one more place in the basement we gotta fill in one of those stones. So I need to. That wasn't part of what we talked about. So I wanna make sure you just give me a price on that stuff so we can get it taken care of. So I'll talk to you in about an hour.
Yeah.
Look, you going to the beach?
Yeah.
What beach you going to, man?
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach? Yeah. I was there in August, man. Where you going to, North Myrtle? North Myrtle Beach? Yeah, have fun, brother. I'll see you, Monday? All right, man. Enjoy yourself, brother. I just left Jose, and he picked up the roofing material for us so that we could get the project started. So today is Friday. The guys are starting on Sunday in order to be able to get this project on the road. Sunday, we plan on doing the roof. We plan on starting a demo. So today, what I'm really taking care of is I'm getting the canister ordered. I'm getting the utilities cut on, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. And I'm getting some of the stuff that need to be taken care of before the rehab starts, taken care of today so that these guys can operate in a systematic way. The fourth tip that I wanted to share with you guys, this is part of a systematic approach again. The fourth thing that you need to do right before the contractor gets started is get your utilities cut on. A lot of people forget about this step, right? But you got to get the water shut on. You got to get the electric and the gas if you have any. All of the utilities that's tapped in with the house needs to be cut on in order for your contractor to be able to work. So make sure you get that stuff put into your business name, not your personal name. Whoever owns the property, put it under that particular name. I use my business in order to be able to cut that stuff on. Put it under your business name. Make sure you keep track of how much you're spending so you can be able to write that off on your taxes. But get your utilities cut on so that people can work in your property. All right, let's move into the last step. All right, y'all, so the last thing that you want to do in order to get your project on the way is order a canister in order for your contractor to be able to start the demo. Now, as you can see, we're actually getting a demo started on this particular house. The guys are doing a roof, but they can't do it without a canister. They have to have somewhere to put the trash. So there's local places, usually it's a waste management company or some other type of company locally that will handle this type of service, right? What they'll do is they'll drop the canister off in front of the property. You got to have a permit for it sometimes, so make sure you have your permits in place. But you order a canister so all of the trash can go into the canister. Just ask your contractor what size canister they need, and then you have it delivered. Usually they run about anywhere between $300 to $600. I average about $400 to $450 in my particular area. I'm going to continue to take you guys through this particular project as we make progress. I'm going to show you the before and after, but I am planning on putting together a full-blown A to Z rehab video, step by step. If you guys want to see something like that after I'm done with this particular project, showing you all of the nuances, all of the numbers and everything, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to put something together like that for you to share with you how you can get started rehabbing houses, fixing and flipping, or fixing and renting these properties from a step-by-step systematic approach. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, click the notification bell. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.